We are living in a time that can feel very divisive and polarized. And I believe that local acts of service and local acts of generosity can be an antidote to polarization and division.
We realize, as one of the reasons that the foundation was started, is that we get about 0.5% of our GDP contributed to nonprofits in the Tri-Valley. If we can get up to 1.5% from the 0.5% we're at now, it'll have a significant impact on the nonprofits in the Tri-Valley.
There are cohorts of population with needs in every community, and the leaders and the people with the means should be able to fund solutions to those problems.
I'm reminded of a recent grant that the 3VCF is helping to administer, and that's around mental health services.
So we're helping to create more awareness about mental health and then helping to administer that grant from the county to various local organizations that are providing services to help address the mental health crisis.
We all have to acknowledge that mental health is something that's very important. As we came off the pandemic, we've all been impacted by it.
I'm incredibly proud to be part of Alameda County and to be the head of a department that is working very closely around ensuring that the opioid innovative grants get to where they need to get, and to those who are most creative and nimble and interested and able to do it and work.
The Three Valleys Foundation was selected as the grantor to provide funds to community-based organizations and others who are looking to provide services to address that pressing problem, fentanyl and other things. And we know that the opioid addiction isn't something that just faces and burdens low-income, homeless, or marginalized communities.
We're making sure that the allocations of those funds are transparent and credible and impactful.
There is no silver bullet for homelessness, but we have targeted strategies that I like to call silver buckshot. And that's how we target these strategies for individuals, because not one solution is going to work for everybody.
Tri-Valley Haven serves survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, homelessness, and poverty. We have services including a confidential domestic violence shelter, a family homeless shelter, a 24-hour crisis hotline, client choice food pantry, counseling and therapy, and prevention services, among others.
Short term, it might be micro grants to different organizations or smaller elements we may not see, but long term, we may be able to see large scale donations that really can multiply the impacts of some of our nonprofits.
Do I feel that our residents are giving? Absolutely. They are willing to give. They are willing to give of their time. They're willing to give of their funds. And we reach out beyond our borders, because the reality is a fence line or a borderline has no limits. We blend one into the other.
That cycle just continues where you get more people wanting to participate in the great work and the mission.
I have the opportunity to serve the community, to save people, because I lost my son by suicide because of depression. And 3VCF has granted our first grant and support our mission. And we also believe that the whole community needs to come together to promote mental health.
Suicide prevention is important. My own daughter died from suicide, and we don't want this to happen to anyone else, and that's our driving force. As passionate as we are, as motivated as we are, we're still just a bunch of volunteer amateurs, and we need that foundation behind us to get us going, to allow us to learn new things, to make new efforts, and begin to have an impact.
This really is the engine that is driving a lot of the small nonprofits to be able to succeed.
You could have one person give $1 million, you could have 1 million people give $1. And either way, you're going to be making an impact. But isn't it exciting when a community can come together and have everybody give whatever they have, time, energy, support, or funds?
Being a part of Three Valleys means seeing what's out there from a strategic point of view of what we need, and then being able to connect those donors to be able to give and feel that satisfaction themselves that they help pay it forward.